Hey Leo, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for July 4th, 2025, and to my US viewers, I hope you're having a great holiday. Be safe, have a lot of fun. Let's dive into your reading. At the heart of the reading today, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is someone who is oblivious to what's really going on. There's some sort of subtext that they're not picking up on. The challenge being the Empress with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Some sort of powerful feminine figure here, a matriarch perhaps, a mother figure. Not willing to give support, offer resources or a loan or help in some way when it's asked for. Yeah, usually I give multiple possibilities because there are other roles, other potential interpretations here, but I'm picking up on that one very strongly. So I'm not sure if you're the one in need going to a well-resourced feminine and she's unwilling or unable to help you. She's more in her Nine of Pentacles energy, which is like, darling, don't you know that in order to be abundant, you have to create the wealth from within? And you're like, yeah, you have some wealth. Could you help me? Or can I borrow some, I don't know if it's money or, let's say she loves to paint and your kids want to start painting and you know she has like 30 canvases in her painting studio, and you say, can I go grab like 10 of those? I want to set up the kids for some painting activities today. She's like, darling, no, those are mine. You can't have them. Or I have this vibe of someone who's like, I don't really have an archetype to place that on. I'm picking it up. It's someone who's well-to-do and a bit disconnected from what it's like to not have so many resources. So her empathy is lacking. Her ability to put herself in your shoes is missing. Now, you might be the well-resourced feminine and someone is coming to you and you're the one lacking the ability to put yourself in their shoes. Your focus is on the Page of Cups energy. This is the person asking for help. So, if you are the one asking, your focus is on how can I reposition myself to make a more pure, genuine, how do I want to say this? Like, appeal to the Empress's emotions, but not in like a manipulative way, in a like more pure-hearted way. Let me see if I can give an example of how I'm picking up on this energy. It's like the difference between, hey mom, the kids and I would love to paint and we know you have like 30 canvases out there. Like, can I just go grab 10? That's cool, right? Versus, hey mom, my daughter, you know, she's been having a tough time at school and her teacher in art gave her some really hurtful feedback. She cried about it the other day and I was up all night consoling her. She feels like she did something wrong and I feel like it could mean a lot to her if I just spend some time painting with her. I don't know if that's something that you would want to do with the kids. I know they'd love that. But if maybe we could just borrow or use some of your painting supplies, I think it could really be a healing experience for your granddaughter. Okay, so you see how one is just like, I'm living life, I'm not thinking about emotions, therefore the person you're talking about is not really connecting the dots, versus you sharing from a deeper emotional place. Again, not to manipulate. This example would be like, that's their grandmother, that's your mom, right? So you're opening up to her and allowing her to see like a purer, more deep connection to your request. So all that to say, this might be you sort of reforming how you want to approach talking to the Empress. If you are the powerful feminine, then you are considering the Page of Cups request. You're trying to understand them better. It's possible, though, that there's just this lack of understanding what's really going on. The Queen of Swords in reverse looks at a situation and doesn't get it. Missing the subtext, missing what's not said between the lines. Some of you are dealing with someone who's on the autism spectrum. I'm picking up on that energy. So I'm not a mental health professional. I'm self-diagnosed on the spectrum, and I'm kind of identifying with that energy of like, a lot of times neurotypical people will convey a request with using certain words that to neurotypicals, they understand the subtext. But if you're talking to someone who's neurodivergent or on the autism spectrum, that might fly right over their heads and they just don't pick up on those social cues. So that could be what we're talking about here, just a disconnect of like, yeah, you said you were going out. Well, I was implying that you should come with us. How was I supposed to know that you were implying that? Sort of miscommunication, perhaps. In the recent past, we have the Moon. I feel like the relationship between these two characters in the story, the Page of Cups and the Empress. Page of Cups needs something from the Empress, and there's been this long-standing, like, missing the point sort of energy. I don't know how to say it any better than that. Like, you feel like whenever you go over to the Empress's house, she doesn't understand what you're trying to say. She talks about stuff that doesn't make sense to you. And you leave feeling strange. That's an odd one. Not the storyline, but like the interpretation, the way that it's coming through. It's just like it feels like you're saying this has been a confusing journey for the both of us. A lot of miscommunications, a lot of stumbles along the way. We're sort of fumbling our way through this, is the vibe that I'm picking up from the Moon. From your higher self perspective, one of the best things to come from this season in your life is the Ace of Pentacles. Some sort of opportunity is going to be granted to you through this course of action. Perhaps by the Queen of by the Empress, or because she declines your request, that leaves space for an offer to come in from elsewhere. Show me the near future. 7 of Cups. Well, this is an opportunity to decide what you really want. Oh. Why am I doing this? It's aligning your actions with your desires by self-analysis, introspection, because you find yourself with a few options. And so as you're imagining emotionally connecting with each one of the potential paths that you could take, you're like, okay, well, I could do this. How would I feel if I do that? And you think through it a few steps down the road. And then the next option, how would I feel if I take path B? Well, it would be a struggle in this way, but I'd probably be happier about this, and this group of people might like me more because I have an opportunity to help them out. Like, how is it going to affect you? Is it going to feed your ego? Is it going to feed your desire for fine things? It's interesting though, because this does have, it's not only that, it's coming through with that other part of the meaning of the 7 of Cups, which is vice. Being tempted to do things that aren't good for you because it triggers some unhealed wound or some unhealthy hunger within you. And there's something attached to that here. You know, okay, using that example, it could be the Empress saying, well, dear, you know who you should talk to if you want some art supplies is my friend Jerry, and you could go over to his studio, you know, he's taken a liking to you, and Jerry just wants to, like, I don't know, offer you things that would be bad for you, or he has a crush on you and he's trying to have access to you. And Mom is oblivious. Queen of Wands in reverse. Or, sorry, Queen of Swords in reverse. Let me pull a clarifier. The Moon in reverse. What you really want is clarity. You really want the confusion, the miscommunications to end. Maybe this means you're going to have an opportunity to achieve that. The clarifier being the Moon in reverse. Your surprise card is Justice. Something has felt unbalanced or unfair. I think it's connecting to that 6 of Pentacles, whoever's needs are not being met. The Page of Cups character. Actually, I think both people feel like this is unfair. So, the Page of Cups looks at the Empress and is like, okay, boomer, you're entitled and selfish. The Empress looks at the Page of Cups and says, you're so disrespectful. Why don't you go out and make your own living and stop trying to siphon off of the good things that the life that I've built for myself. These are my things. You go get your own things. So both people feel like it's unfair. Whoever you are in this story, it's going to come as a surprise to you. Something's going to occur that feels like it brings this into better balance. It's going to start to feel more fair for you. Talking about balance, 2 of Pentacles there at the bottom of the deck. Your hopes and fears, we have the King of Swords. Well, that's the natural partner to the Queen of Swords. But I think we're getting at correcting the energy of the reversal. So if the Queen of Swords in reverse can't understand the subtext, misses the social cues, misunderstands things that are being said, or just can't grasp the deeper meaning, part of your hope / fear is that that energy resolves in a way that that person can, whether that's you or someone you're dealing with, can start to understand things better, get the deeper meaning, get the references, understand the social cues. I wish this could all just be easier and simpler if they would stop being reversed and write the energy. Or if I would, if that's you. But obviously that would be a big change. So there's an element of fear attached to that as well, like, oh, what would that mean for my relationship with that person? The end result, we do have some discord. The Five of Swords says that there's disagreement, perhaps an argument. Likely that one person sort of retreats from the argument, like, I don't want to have this conversation, or let's not fight about it, you should go. But there's, like, not so much animosity, but an unwillingness to even have the conversation because there's a disagreement at the core topic. Your advice is to let it go. There's some major ending that needs to occur. If you've felt this coming for a long time and you've been resisting it, Spirit's encouraging you to just drop it, let it go. It's something that's ready to end, and you're probably the character in the story that's keeping this alive past its expiration date, so to speak. So if you just allow things to take its natural course and end, it'll come to a completion and it'll open up your space in your life for something new and better to take hold. So Leo, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. Have a good day, and I'll see you back tomorrow.